All right, number 7. A truck is shipping jugs of drinking water and cases of paper towel. A jug of drinking water weighs 40 pounds and a case of paper towel weighs 16 pounds. The truck can carry 2,000 pounds of cargo altogether. Okay, so to complete this table showing 3 ways a truck could be packaged of jugs of water and cases of paper towel. So in other words, this table, jugs of drinking water, that amount of that, plus cases of paper towel, has to add up to 2,000 pounds. Okay? The thing is here, these numbers are not pounds, they're number of jugs, okay? Or their number of cases. So I have to take this information. Each one of these jugs, according to this jug of drinking water, is 40 pounds per jug. Okay? Each case of paper towel is 16 pounds per case. So for the numbers I get in here, the number of jugs, I have to multiply it by 40 each to figure out how many pounds that is. I'm going to have some of the 2,000 pounds left over to figure out how many cases of paper towel I can get. Okay, so I'm going to actually get the calculator right out in front of us for this. So I'm first taking 10 jugs of drinking water times 40 pounds each. That is 400 pounds. Okay, which leaves me with how many pounds here for cases of paper towel. So if I take 400 off of 2,000, it is going to be 1,600 pounds left over. Okay, so in my calculator, I have 1,600 pounds, and I have to figure out how many cases that's going to get me. Well, there's 16 pounds per case. So now I'm going to divide by 16. I have to figure out how many 16s is going to fit into 1,600. And, well, didn't really need the calculator for that because that's 100. 1,600 divided by 16 is 1,600s, right? But this is the method here. I have to figure out how many pounds this is going to be, how many am I going to have left over, and how many, of the other product can I get with that leftover weight. So I'll do it here. 50 cases of paper towel times 16 cases each is 800 pounds, okay? Which leaves me with how many pounds for jugs of water? Well, 2,000 minus 800 is 1,200 pounds. So I have to take 1,200 pounds divided by 40 pounds per jug, and that is going to be 30 jugs. Okay? This last one's blank, so I'm wondering, are we supposed to make up our own one? Complete the table showing 3 ways. So there's 2 ways. So now I can make one up. So I got 10 there, 30. Let's just keep climbing. What if I have well, how about something in the middle? 10 and 30, why not 20? Let's go something in the middle. So 20 jugs of water, they each weigh 40 pounds. That's 800. Now I'm going to have 1,200 left for cases of paper towel. So 1,200 pounds left over divided by the 16 pounds for each case is 75 cases. Okay, so I'm just going to circle the actual ones that are supposed to be in this table. So if I have 10 jugs of drinking water, I can only fit 100 cases of paper towel, and so on. So these are like points, W or T. I could go ahead and say that this is like, I could treat this for graphing purposes, my X and Y. So there's my coordinate points. 10 for X, I got 100 for Y. 30 for X, I got 50 for Y, and so on. Okay? So write an equation relating the number of jugs of water to the number of cases of paper towel. So In this type of scene, I need to walk myself through the equation like a story. I did it. I just brought the page over here from the sandwiches. I did it with this situation, right? I treat it like a story. My story starts with $10 if I make an order for sandwiches, and I'm going to get 6 sandwiches. Each of them costs $4.50, and that is what I have to do here is like make it a story. Okay? So I'm going to use W and T because that's what they want me. They know that's the labels they have there already. So if I have W jugs of drinking water, each jug is 40 pounds. So think of the math I did here. Every time I had jugs of water, I multiplied it by 40. So in mathematical writing, I write that way. That is 40 pounds times the number of water jugs. Okay? And if I'm loading a truck, I need to add that total to the total of paper towels. And each paper towel is 16 pounds each. So 16 pounds times the number of paper towels. And all of this has to equal 2,000 pounds and no more. Okay, so it's a story. Okay, number of jugs of water times 40 pounds each, added to the number of cases of paper towel, which are 16 pounds each, and that amount cannot go over 2,000 pounds. Okay? So this is some of the equations we've been dealing with the last few lessons, and it is not a typical like y equals mx plus b equation, okay? But that doesn't mean that it can't be graphed because I have some pieces in my table here. If I'm able to make a table, I can graph this, all right? So I'm going to treat my jugs of water as my x-axis, and I'm going to look at my highest number is 30. So I got to climb this bottom up to 30. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. I have 10 spaces, so I can go by threes if I wanted to. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. There we go. Climbed up by 3 to reach 30. My cases of paper towel, my highest number is 100, so I'm going to go up by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay? And that again is cases of PT for paper towel. All right? So now I just have to take these like coordinate points. When x is 10, y is 100. So this is going to be a little bit weird now that I went up by 3s, but that's okay. 10 is just right next to 9, and my cases is 100. Okay. When my cases is 30, x is 30, my y is 50. So I got to go to 30 and climb up to 50. Okay. When my x is 20, my y is 75. So 20 is closer to 21 than 18, and I'm going up to 75. Okay. So this is one of those that go up and down like this. Now, in hindsight, which means like to think backwards, if I wanted this whole line on the graph kind of like this, I would have figured out how many cases of paper towel I can have if I have no cases of water, right? So if I had 0 cases of water, how many cases of paper towel could I get? So if I had all 2,000 pounds committed to just paper towel, I would have, a number way up here. So if I just scaled my graph a little bit differently, I would have a line that goes, all the way across here. I just had to, I'd have to climb to a number bigger than 100, and I'd have to climb to a number bigger than 30. Okay, but this would be acceptable, right? As long as these 3 points go on that graph and I can see that, I would give you full points.